Hello, this is our video demonstration for our client-server bulletin board application. Beginning with an architectural overview, let's start with the server side. Firstly, we have bboard, which is the main server class that accepts client connections and handles them using a thread pool for up to 50 concurrent clients on one server. Next, we have the board class, which represents the bulletin board. It manages the nodes and pins with thread-safe operations and uses read-write locks for concurrent access control. Then we have the client handler, which handles communication with a single client. It also opens up a new thread for each new client that joins the server. The next two classes are the node and pin class, where the node class represents a sticky note on a bulletin board, which has its own position, size, color, message, and pin status, while the pin class represents a pin placed on a bulletin board, where pins are used to keep notes from being removed during shake operations. Finally, on the client side, we have bboard client, which is a GUI client for the bboard server built using Java Swing. It provides an interface for all the board operations. Overall, the application uses a simple text-based protocol over TCP sockets and uses commands like post, get, pin, unpin, shake, and clear. Now let's open up a server. To start a server, we need only a few things: the port number, the board dimensions, the node dimensions, and the accepted colors for the node. By hitting enter, we can see that the server has successfully started and is waiting for client connections. For a user to connect to the server, all they would have to do is open the client GUI, input the server and port number, and hit connect. And as we can see, the client has successfully connected to the server. First operation in the client is the post operation, which allows user to post notes to the server. To post a note to the server, first you must input the coordinates, select a color, and then input a message. And then after hitting post, it will notify if it has been posted, which it has. For error handling, attempting to post a note without any coordinates results in a client error asking the user to enter X and Y coordinates. The same thing happens when attempting to post with incomplete coordinates. Attempting to post a note without any message results in a client error asking the user to enter a message. Attempting to post a message with non-integer coordinates results in a server error for invalid format, as the coordinates need to be integers. Attempting to post a note that completely overlaps another note results in a server error for complete overlap. Attempting to post a note that is outside the boundaries of the board results in a server error for out of bounds. The next operation is the get operation, which allows users to search for notes and pins based on specific parameters, which gives all the notes that are on the board. Clicking get notes with all the parameters empty acts the same as get all. Typing in a color like red and clicking get notes gives us all the notes that have the color of red. Entering coordinates like 3, 3 and clicking get notes gives us all the notes that overlap that coordinate. Entering a string like TE and hitting get notes gives us all the notes that contain that string as a substring. Multiple options can be filled in, allowing for users to search for notes with specific parameters. For error handling, the get operation only checks if the coordinates are integer values. If not, it returns an error for invalid format. The get pins operation works adjacently to the next operations, pin and unpin, which allows a user to add or remove a pin at a inputted location. To add a pin to the board, all a user has to do is input the coordinates they wish to pin at, and then click the pin button, which will add the pin to the board if the conditions for pinning are met. By clicking Get Pins Now, we can see all the locations of the newly added pins. Also, by clicking the Get Notes button, we can see that some of the notes have now been pinned. Note that it's possible to put multiple pins at the same location. Also note, clicking the Unpin button only removes one instance of the pin. Just like with the other coordinates, attempting to place a pin with non-integer numbers results in an invalid format error. Attempting to remove a pin that does not exist results in an error of pin not found. Attempting to place a pin at a location where no node is found results in the error no node at coordinate. The same error appears when attempting to pin at a location outside of the board. The last two operations are the shake and clear operations, the first of which removes all unpinned nodes from the board, while the second removes everything from the board, including pins. Clicking the shake button displays a confirmation page, and clicking yes results in all unpinned nodes getting removed from the board. Clicking the clear button brings up a confirmation page, and clicking yes results in everything on the board being removed, including pins. To showcase the multi-threaded capabilities of the application, a second client window has been opened up below the first one. Clicking connect on the lower client GUI, we can see that client 2 has successfully connected to the server. If we add a message from client 2 to the server, when we try to get all notes from the server from client 1, we can see that client 1 can also see the message from client 2. For a client to disconnect from the server, all they would simply have to do is hit the disconnect button.